For my project, I decided to go to the Mote Marine Laboratory and Aquarium in Sarasota, Florida. I chose this location because I thought it would be a fun experience for my daughter and my family. Upon our arrival, we saw examples of fishes and plants that can be found in freshwater areas, like the banded killifish and the blue acara. We then explored the coral reef section, where we saw many examples of man-made reefs and natural reefs. We even saw clownfish that live in anemones and blue tangfish. This was my daughter's favorite part because she was finally able to see Nemo and Dory. The most significant concept that I learned during our field trip is how we are hurting our oceans and our sea animals so negatively. In the video, you will see Molly, a 27-foot preserved giant squid who was caught as bycatch in New Zealand. You will also see Shelly and Mango, two sea turtles that were caught off the coast of North Carolina, tangled up in trash, and were taken to Mote for their recovery. One of the primary producers that we saw during our trip were red mangroves, also known as Rhizophora mangles. Mangroves are considered primary producers because they can photosynthesize their own food from water, sunlight, and carbon dioxide. They thrive in salt water and typically grow along the water's edge. Mangroves provide shelter to many animals, including crustaceans, shellfish, and small fishes. They also provide food from the fruits that grow on them and the propagules. Mangroves have their main trunks that are supported by their support roots that allow the mangroves to grow and not topple over. My favorite part of the trip was the cow-nosed stingray petting section. Stingrays typically swim in groups, and the cow-nosed stingray is found in the western Atlantic and the Caribbean. When they are born, the offspring comes out with the tail first from the mother's wound. Cow-nosed stingrays are typically brown-bodied with a whitish or yellowish belly. They use their synchronized wing flaps to stir up the sediment to expose the buried clams and oysters that they feed on. This spring class has really changed the way that I see the ocean and the marine world. When I got to the jellyfish section, I started thinking about the lab that we did this year and about how a jellyfish is not really jelly-like. I'm glad that I got to see this in person and could see the texture of the jellyfish up close and personal. Overall, my field trip experience was very educational, and I'm glad that my family was able to enjoy it with me. Throughout the course, my perception of our local marine environment has changed tremendously. Before, I never put much thought into the condition of our oceans and our marine animals. However, after visiting the Mote Aquarium and seeing all of these animals up close and personal, I realized that their well-being is essential for our world to be a better place. The beauty that they bring is truly magical, and we should do everything possible to keep their environment safe and healthy.